What if Nick Caserio went ahead and did something crazy and solved an issue that the Houston Texans have now had for damn near multiple amount of years in a row? And that is, what if in this draft he decided to build around Davis Mills and invested heavily into the offense in the first up and coming rounds? Now, before we dive deep into this video, don't forget I'm doing the Andre Johnson signed helmet giveaway. Number one, you have to be subscribed. Number two, answer this question. Which player caught the go-ahead touchdown to start the Houston Texans playoff berth? A lot of you guys know who it is. Drop the comments down below. The really thought about building the offensive line was inspired by, our boy John Crump at the Texans, doc. We did a mock draft yesterday. Feel free to go ahead and check it out. We did exactly what I'm going to talk about in this video, is building around Davis Mills. And what if at number 3 we did something like take Akeem Ekwonu, the left tackle from NC State, who's going to transition into a guard and, be potentially the Houston Texans left guard for the next 10 to 12 years, really solidifying the left side of the offensive line. And, Lermy Tunsil, Akeem Ekwonu, wouldn't mind that. And then the other players, right? Tyler Linderbaum, the center out of Iowa. Zion Johnson, the guard out of Boston College. Kenyon Green, the guard out of A&M. Dylan Parham, right now the guard for, I believe it's Memphis, but will transition into a center. And you got to also talk about the wide receivers who will be available for the Houston Texans. Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Jameson Williams, the speed demon from Alabama. All these great offensive weapons will be, pretty much anybody in this draft is going to be available for the Houston Texans at number 3, at number 13. I'm still saying let's go ahead and take Avon Thibodeaux, or if it's Kyle Hamilton, go ahead and take him. But this is what if Nick Caserio decided to build around Davis Mills. I wouldn't mind that whatsoever if the first 4 out of the 5 picks were guards, centers, wide receivers. Definitely don't want to see a running back or a tight end until the later rounds. But we have seen QBs for the Houston Texans behind horrible offensive lines. You're talking about, well, let's talk about the two. The first guy you drafted in the first round was Derek Carr. The last guy you drafted in the first round was Deshaun Watson. Both guys who you thought could lead your franchise. David Carr didn't give him an offensive line, was damn near sacked 90 times, and his career eventually fell off. Deshaun Watson, we just traded this dude, but before that, we knew how great of a player was. However, could not keep him upright, was damn near sacked the same amount of times that that David Carr was. Couldn't build an offensive line around him. And that is something that, when you have a player like Davis Mills and you think that he could potentially be your starter for the next up and coming years, you need to invest in him. That's why at number 3, if they take Akeem Ekwonu, wouldn't mind that whatsoever. If you still want to go Jordan, like at number 13 and go defense, there's Jermaine Johnson, the edge guy from Florida. We talked about Jordan Davis. Maybe somehow, some way, Sauce Gardner falls all the way to 13. You could go ahead and take them. But spend the next picks on the offense. Give Davis Mills some weapons. I do know they met with Traylon Burks, the wide receiver from Arkansas. They met with the running back from Michigan. The tight end Trey McBride is, gaining some names. Should the Houston Texans build around Davis Mills? I'm not sure yet, but one thing that will be known is if they do build around Davis Mills, if they do fix the offensive line, Nick Caserio is hitching himself to Davis Mills. This is my starting quarterback. This is the guy who I'm going to ride with, and this is the guy who I'm going to build a team around. How will the Houston Texans react to that? Let me know what you guys think. I myself wouldn't mind that. As always, go Houston Texans. You guys have a very blessed day.